Hey, this is Brad from PeaceLoveGarden.com, and today I thought I'd just do a quick video on my initial impression of my new LED grow light. This is the Viparspectra XS2000. I just picked it up recently, and I thought I'd give you a look at the product and what I thought of it so far. Okay, so first things first, what's in the box? Well, of course, the light fixture. In addition to that, you do get a power cord, which is detachable. This light fixture has this pigtail coming off of it with a female end, and then the 6-foot cord that comes with it has the male end, which is a good feature. If you need to take the light out of your grow tent, you can simply detach that without having to undo all your power cords. All right, and it also came with these wire hangers, which go in the holes on either end of the light fixture here, allowing you to hang it. They did include 2 ratcheting pulley straps, which is a nice feature as well. They raise and lower quickly on the side of the pulley. If you just hang onto the pulley and flip the little lever, you can quickly lower the light down. To raise it up, you just grab the string and pull it up. You'll hear it clicking as it raises, and as soon as you let go of the string, it is locked into place. Another feature of this light, which I probably won't take advantage of, but some of you may, is the ability to daisy chain these lights. Haven't exactly looked into how this works because I don't plan to use it, but you'll see on the one end of the fixture there is a couple of ports, in and out port, and they did supply the cable for this as well, which looks like some sort of Ethernet cable. I assume this is for use with a remote control, but basically you just plug one light into the other, and then when one turns off, they'll all turn off or on, however you have it set. Of course, they also included a manual with the light fixture that explains how to use it, how to turn it on and off, and set all the settings and everything. But the biggest thing that I found useful in the manual was that they have the recommended height and percentage settings for different stages of growth. For instance, when you're starting your seedlings, you don't need as much light power, and since this light fixture does have a dimmer on it, you can just simply adjust the dimmer without having to raise and lower the lights. And the manual does tell the specific PPFD settings. If you're not familiar with what PPFD is, go over to Apogee Instruments YouTube channel. They have some good videos describing in detail what PPFD is, but at any rate, you do have some recommended heights for and what dimmer settings to set for your seedlings and different growth stages. Okay, as far as build construction, this thing is solid. I am pretty impressed with how well built this is. Nice aluminum body. It is not flex at all. The mean well driver is mounted securely bolted to this. They use nice electrical connections to run the wires on this. The on-off switch snaps nice and solid into place, and the dimmer has little click positions where it clicks into a solid setting, so it's not a slider. There's no variable range. You're either at 25, 50, 75, or 100% with this, and you can also completely turn the light off with the dimmer on this as well. As far as the LED panel here, it is coated in a nice resin or plastic type. I'm not sure exactly what it is. It feels kind of rubbery, but at any rate, you can kind of see the glare of it off of the lights there. It is coated. All the LEDs are under this, so none of the LEDs are exposed. This would be nice if you have to wipe this off or get the dust off it, or any humidity that collects on there will protect it from that as well. Well, let me get this thing hung up here, and I'll turn it on and show you the LED panel where you can see the different color LEDs on this thing. You will notice that on this panel, as you get farther to the end, away from the middle, the LEDs are closer together, and that's probably because this fixture is only about 2 foot long, and it is recommended up to a 4 foot wide grow tent. 4 foot by 2 foot grow tent, they say this will fit, which is what I have. And I guess that's to make sure you get light evenly on both sides versus the center if this was all evenly spaced out here. the camera will adjust as I click it, but I'll click it through the dimmer settings anyways. You can't really tell the brightness of this light, but trust me, this thing is very bright, very bright. I would not look into this light directly. In fact, the manual recommends that you don't as well because of the IR diodes that are included in this panel, which could be bad for your eyes. This light is not one of those blurple, you know, that bluish purple, ugly, you know, you can't tell what color your plants are kind of light. This light to you is going to look white, although it does include all the necessary spectrums. Now, of course, I don't have all the fancy equipment to test that, but the people whose videos I watched did, and they found that even when you dim the LED, say you turn the LEDs down to 25%, you still had that consistent spectrum. The spectrum of blues and reds and etc. did not change whether you had it at 25, 50, 75, or 100%. It simply just increased the intensity of it. And so that's very important. You see a lot of these, like I almost went with like metal halide, but anyhow, they do have dimmers on these metal halides now where you can lower the intensity. But one thing with those, if you do decide to use high pressure sodium or metal halide, when you lower the intensity of it, it changes the spectrum of those bulbs. So their rated spectrums are at 100% of whatever that bulb is rated at. Just know that. Now, in the past, I have been using these T5 light fixtures. They're 2-footers. They have 8 bulbs in them, and I have the ability to turn off 4 bulbs so I can start my seedlings under half the light strength, and they work great. I love the T5s. I've had fantastic results with them. The problem is the cost of the bulbs. So you're looking at about $5 a bulb, and you're talking about 16 bulbs I have to replace. So you can do the math and see that that's quickly going to add up to the price of that light fixture there, which I paid about $175 for. My bulbs on the T5s need to be replaced every year to keep the brightness, because they do diminish over time, whereas the LEDs will not. I forget how many, I want to say it's like 100,000 hours of light you get out of these before they burn out. So that said, I decided to give the LEDs a try this year. I've been very hesitant in years past because I didn't feel the technology was there, but now they've come a long way with the LEDs, and I think the fact that all the cannabis growers are using them says a lot, because that's the money market right now, and if they can, you know, produce with that, then I think growing my peppers and tomatoes and things like that are going to be just fine with a LED light. And you know, do your research on these LEDs too, whether you buy this one or another one. Do your research. There's a lot of bogus claims out there with these LEDs, and it's part of the reason why I was so skeptical, is I just couldn't weed through the BS about these LEDs. And so it took me, I wanted to really research this before I purchased a fixture. And you're going to see a lot of them that, you know, oh, the equivalent of this much light for only this much electrical draw. And of course, with the LEDs, you are going to save money. That's another reason why I decided to go with this LED fixture. But just know some of those claims are false. I see it all the time in these Facebook groups. These people, they buy these cheap LEDs and they wonder why their seedlings are stretching. They're not even good for starting seeds, let alone you're not going to take these plants to any sizable height. You know, with peppers, this is the time of year. I live in Michigan, zone 6B. I'm not going to be putting my plants outside till May. They're going to be almost a foot tall by the time, you know, and I want good, well-grown plants. I don't want some stretched out, leggy plants. And so, that said, just do your research. I'll put the link to this product in the description. You can see the reviews. People put pictures of their grow results and stuff with this light fixture. And you check out other people's videos as well. But just do your research, because I don't want to see you spend money on a fixture that isn't going to do good for you. And so what is my first impression of this light fixture? Well, so far I think it's great. I love it. The build quality is great. I love that it came with all the little components and accessories to hang it. The light is bright, very, very bright. I am expecting good results with this. And if you follow along with my channel, I'll be posting some videos soon on, I'm going to be starting my seedlings and things like that. And you can see some of the progress that I have with this light, and I'll put some videos regarding that type of thing, growth rates and such from this compared to my T5s, and I'll let you know how I like it. So subscribe to my channel, come back and see some more videos on this. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and until the next time, happy growing. Have a good day.